I guess we'll start with the big news of the week and your reaction to Danny's departure.
Yes, it has been difficult, no? You cannot be in another way. Always is a very sad moment when one head coach is leaving the club, and we have lived this situation now 2 times in a short period of time. And obviously it's not a good moment, but we have to move on. This is what is football, and we have to try to compete tomorrow. So at the end, this is not an ideal situation, but we know the world of football what it is, and we are going to try to compete tomorrow and to prepare the team in the best way.
I was going to say, for you, you've been part of Carlos Corberan's staff and Danny Schofield's staff, and they've both left the club. How, on a personal level, do you feel?
Yeah, it's a strange situation. No, I arrived here with Carlos long time ago, and I'm very grateful to him because he took me to this amazing club. And when he left, I decided to stay, because I love the country, I love the club, I love the people of the club. So I really wanted to stay. This is why I decided not to go with him, because I wanted to live new experiences, new managers. And I think that to work with Danny was a fantastic opportunity, to work with one English coach and to see another ways. And then with Danny, he's a very good friend of mine, a great coach. And yeah, and it's a sad moment that now he's gone, but at the end, as I said before, is what it is. I'm happy to be here to help the club. I am a man of the club now, and I have been asked by Lee and Dean to lead this game. Not only me, all the people of the staff, Paul Clements, Paul Housley, Bauer, Ian, every one of us, we're going to be leading the game, helping the players, and this is what is my responsibility as well as a assistant manager of Danny.
In terms of the decision with Danny, when did you find out the decision that had been made?
Yeah, the day after the game of Wigan. Yeah, the situation obviously was not good. The club was thinking, and then Danny told me the next day that he was going to leave. And the first moment I doubt about my position as well, because in that moment you never know what can happen. But the club very quick called me and told me that they wanted me to lead the game, to take that game with all the staff. And obviously it's my responsibility. I want to be here. I'm very happy to be here to work for Huddersfield. And this is what I have to do. It's my job. I have to take that game. It's only one game. And we have to look after the players to help them to compete well tomorrow, because this is what we need. And then we will see what happens next.
I guess from what you've already told me, depending who comes into the club to take over from Danny's position, do you see yourself remaining at the football club?
Yes. This is the idea. I asked the club what was going to happen with my role, with my position, and the club wants me to stay. So we'll see, because it's football again. So we never know at the end what can happen. But the idea of the group is to keep me as assistant coach here, ready to help the new manager, because this is what I want, to help the new manager when he comes in, and hopefully it's going to be soon, and we are going to come back to our natural roles. But we cannot think too much about the future, because tomorrow we have a very, very important game, and we really need a win, and we have to compete properly. So at the end, the job now is to think about tomorrow, and we will see what happens next. But obviously, looking forward to get to know the new manager.
And it's a quick turnaround to tomorrow, isn't it, with all that's happened this week? How does this side get back on track form-wise?
At the end, I think that tomorrow we have to try to represent the club, to try to represent the supporters, to try to connect with the people, because at the end, this is what football is. We have to go to the pitch, and we have to try to give all the effort we can, all the passion we can put in the pitch. We have to make sure that when we leave the pitch tomorrow, in the final whistle, everyone has given the maximum effort. So this is all I care now. This is what we are saying to the players. We have to represent the supporters. We have to represent the fans, because tomorrow is a fight game, and this is what it is, a fight game. We have to go there and we have to win. We have to win. So obviously it's a thing that we cannot control, because Cardiff is going to be in front trying to do exactly the same thing. But we have to raise our levels of competitiveness and desire to try to go to the pitch and to show everyone how much we care about.
And how are the players feeling? Because on Tuesday there was a couple who maybe looked a little bit frustrated. Dwayne Holmes at one point, Sorba Thomas as well. There seemed to be a little bit of frustration there, didn't they? How have they been since Tuesday and going into Saturday?
Yeah, I understand this. I understand the player, because at the end it's normal. It's normal. You are not getting the points you want. It's not a good start. It's not good enough. We all know that, and we're gonna change. We're gonna change, and we really want to change. We want to get more points, and this is why at the end we have to be next to them. We understand the frustration, but at the same time we have to look after our body language. We have to try to, because if we want to connect with the people, we have to offer them something different, something passionate, something strong. You know, in terms of mindset, we have to try to be careful with the things that we do. We understand, but for tomorrow has to be different. We have to go there from the very beginning, and we have to propose this fight that I'm telling you before. But I understand the players. Sometimes their body language yesterday was great. I can imagine that today is going to be the same. And yes, we're going to go together. We're going to go together because I know these players from a long time now. I know Dwayne Holmes, Danny Ward, Jordan Rhodes, Oli Turton, Jonathan Hogg. They're fighters. They're very good people, very good players. And I am absolutely sure that tomorrow we're going to see something different.
And you know from last season as well as anyone, the connection that these players can make with the supporters.
No, it was amazing. It was amazing. I am coming from a new country to a new club, and I didn't see something like this before. When we were in St. John Smith and the people was helping us, it's different. It's difficult to come to our pitch and win this team with all the people helping. Now, we know that we cannot ask anything to them now because it's not fair. We have to get more points. We have to offer more to them, and then they are going to help us because it has been like this in the past. So this is why it has to be from us to them, and then I am absolutely sure that they are going to back us.
On the team news injury front heading into tomorrow, how's Jonathan Hogg doing? Will he be available for selection again?
No, it's not ready yet. It's not a big injury, so it's going to come back soon, but not ready for tomorrow.
A rough time scale at all?
What's it again? Sorry.
How long?
Can imagine that maybe 15-20 days. So maybe after the international break, it's going to be ready to come back. Yeah.
Danny would pick up a lot on the positives despite some of the negative results. What positives have you seen from the team over the last few weeks despite results not going your way?
Yeah, there are positive as well. It's very, very easy to see the bad thing when you are not winning, and obviously it's the normal thing to do because we all want to win, and at the end when you are not winning, you go to the bad thing, to the negative thing. But I always say the same. Look, there are lots of positive happening, but we have to look at the positive things as well because these are the reasons that we have to believe on, you know. So I think the team in terms of attitude has been good. We have to give more. This is true as well in terms of competitive levels. We have to compete better. So we have to win more duels. We have to win more second balls, and we have to avoid unforced mistakes because at the end, this is what the game is. And we have to be there from the very beginning. We have to be much better in the boxes. And this is exactly what we are talking about now. So the team knows what is the change that we need. And after knowing that, we are going to be able to do this because the team did in the past. So it's not one thing that we are asking them to do that they didn't do. So we are not far, but obviously in terms of points, in terms of winnings, something has to change and something has to change quick. So, and tomorrow we have the first opportunity. And yeah, I'm sure that the team is going to do the step ahead that we're asking them to do.
And a positive result to go into that international break could be huge, couldn't it? Yeah.
It's very important. This is very important. Tomorrow has to be a win. Obviously, we cannot control this because Cardiff is going to try to do exactly the same. But if we compete better and our level of concentration is higher, we're going to have a chance because In the last 2-3 games, we have been close, but for some reason didn't happen. And it's our fault. It's our fault. And we have to know that is our fault. And tomorrow we have to do this step, because as you said before the international break, it's important to get a win. And
just finally on Cardiff, a short turnaround, and with all that's happened this week, they've been inconsistent so far this season, but they did get a win on Tuesday. What have you made of them so far this season?
Yeah, they were playing really well, not getting maybe all the points that they wanted, but in the last game they changed a bit and they got an important winning in a difficult pitch at Borough. But yes, it's not about Cardiff now. It's about us. We have to focus on our things, and this is what we are saying to the team. So look, it doesn't matter what team we have in front. It's about us doing our things much better, and they know now the things that we have to try to improve. And tomorrow we're going to try to put these things on the pitch to represent ourselves and to represent the club.
Good luck for it. Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you too.
Add it up. What are the things you want to see the team do better or differently tomorrow?
Competitive levels. We talk about winning the individual battle. Every player has to win the individual battle tomorrow in the pitch, because at the end, the fullback has an individual battle against the winger of the other team, the midfielder against the midfielder of the other team. The game in Championship is full of second balls, divided balls, and this demands tackles, fight, and to go strong in every duel, because we don't know which action is going to give you the game. So we have to look after all the actions. And one game has lots of actions. We have to try to fight for every ball, to fight for everything, because this is the way. And this is what is going to give us the chance to win.
Why do you think we've not seen those things already this season?
Yeah, we it's not now trying to change something that we didn't do, because with Danny, we were doing this as well. We're talking about these things as well. So, but obviously not in a level enough. And this is what now Danny is gone. Obviously, the head coach always is the man who's going to leave first. But we have to understand that it's our fault, not Danny's fault, the fault of the staff as well, my fault, the fault of the players as well. And we have to take the commitment to do these things much better. And knowing the things that we have to improve, we have to do the same things in a higher level. And this is exactly what we need for tomorrow.
Okay. Does that mean you're not planning on making a lot of changes tomorrow to the approach or the lineup?
No, because the change has to be the passion. The change has to be the attitude. The change has to be the level of effort. The change has to be, look the fight at the face, and go tomorrow to the game, to face the game in this mood, because it's what it is. We need the 3 points. It's a fantastic moment before the international break, and we have to try to put for the new manager the team in a better place, and ourselves.
I thought one player the other day who did really well, who had not seen much of, was David Kasumu. Do you think he could be an important player for you?
Yeah, we really think so, because David is one player that represents these values that we are talking about. Not only him, all the players, because as I said before, I know them, and the character and the personality of these players is big. And I am really sure that tomorrow they are going to face the game in the mood that they have to face it. And David Kasumu played very well the other day, but it's only one step for him. He has to play more games in that same level or even more, because, as I said before, we need to raise the level, all of us.
And still waiting for a first clean sheet. Is that the first priority tomorrow?
Yeah, it is. Last season, we got lots of clean sheets, and we were really strong at this. Not at the minute, but we are looking forward to come back to get these clean sheets, because it's the first thing to do. We have to begin with the roots, and the defensive part is the first thing to do. So, and this is part of the fight. Obviously, we're talking now about values, because it's all we want to see tomorrow, because it's the first thing. But the clean sheet obviously is a big part of that.
Okay. Do you think you'd be interested in applying for the job full time?
No. This is not what I want. I've been here to Huddersfield to be assistant coach. I'm growing into the country, learning a lot of things. I'm very grateful because Huddersfield is giving me this opportunity. But all I want is the new manager to come in and to help him as much as I can, and to come back to my role.
Cool. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Morning, Narcís.
Morning.
Just wanted to ask, what is your job as a caretaker manager? Because there must be a lot of things that you can't do that a head coach would do and don't want to do at such short notice.
Yeah, my responsibilities here in Huddersfield always has been the set plays, been in charge of the set plays from the very beginning, and the defensive model as well, defensive stuff. With Carlos, I was doing this, and then with Danny as well. So I'm looking forward to come back to these things, because I love these things, set plays and defense. Now at the minute, these 3 days, I have to do something more, obviously. But yeah, it's just for 3 days. Hopefully next week, we'll see when I'm going to be ready to come back to my roles and my duties. But yeah, for the minute, I have to do more, obviously, for obvious reasons. But yes, it's what I have been asked, and this is what I have to do because I am a professional at the end.
I mean, you've talked a lot about changing the mentality, but in terms of changing the tactics and that sort of thing, is that something you can't really do? A, because it's a short time, and B, because you don't know how long you'll be in charge? Yeah,
the mentality is one thing that is in every minute, it's in every second, it's in every word, it's in every, when you look at the player, in every moment, no? So we're going to try to make them understand that it's not enough and we have to do more. All of us, starting with me, obviously, and all the staff. And we have a chance. We have a chance because it's 3 days. Yesterday we trained, today another day, another opportunity, tomorrow the game. So we have to do all we can, all the things we can do to affect the mentality of the player. We're going to try to do. But I think that at the end is one thing that is going to come from themselves. And because I think that they are responsible people and they know how important is this game for us.
I suppose it's very important that a caretaker manager understands the club, understands the Terrier spirit and all those sort of things. So how honoured are you that, as somebody who's come from outside, the club's recognise that you do understand this club now and you are the right person for this job?
I have been a long time now in the club, and obviously in the first month, in the first year, you are getting to know everyone, all the people in the club, all the culture, all the identity. Now I know what the club is. I know really well, and this is why I decided to stay here. I know what this is, Terrier spirit, and I have been living this in the stadium with the people, connecting with them. So I really understand what the club is, and this is what we have to try to say to the players all the time. I know that they know, but obviously for some reasons have not been enough, and now we have to try to recover this. And this is only our focus for this game. But when the new manager come in, obviously he's gonna watch all the things, and we are gonna try to support him as much as we can, trying to show this culture, to show this identity too.
And you've said how you'll need the fans to help you, and you've explained that you have to start that process. But how helpful is it in this difficult circumstance that you are at home? You've got tens of thousands of people together rather than just 11 of you away.
Yeah, because how I see the game tomorrow is 20,000 people against 11. This is what it is tomorrow. So it's difficult for one team if they have to come to St. John Smith tomorrow afternoon to play against all of us. It's very difficult. So, but in order to get this clapping of them and this support from them has to come from us. So it's us going into the pitch, fighting for every single action, fighting for every single ball, and then they're going to back us. And they know, the players, they know, but we must have a good body language all the time, fight for every ball. And then I'm absolutely sure that we're going to be safe. So we are going to get what we want, because we cannot make sure that we win the game, but we can increase the possibilities or the probabilities to win the game.
I mean, you've mentioned body language a couple of times. Is that one of the most important things at the start of the game, to show to the fans that you are here to fight?
Yes, it is. Yes, I agree with that. We have to go to the pitch and we have to look after every detail. And this is down to us. This is one thing that we can control. And this is what we have to be focused tomorrow.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.